So what was that? Why did I play this video, or what did you observe in this particular video? Let's play it again. Anything which you observe, anything which you see that can be useful, anything which you learn from this video? So let me tell you why did I play this video. Because in UCEED 2026, these were the questions asked which students were not familiar with. So welcome to Sanyukta Singh Studio, guys, and this is your mentor Avinash again. I hope you all are doing well, and congratulations to all those kids who have successfully cleared UCEED 2026 entrance exam and Ceed 2026 entrance exam. And those students who could not crack it, do not get disheartened, because you know the seats are very, very less. You guys have performed well, and you know your mindset should be to that your goal remains the same. It doesn't change. You can change your pathway to reach to your goal. So do not get disheartened, do not lose your hope, and do not change your goal. If you want to be a designer, be it a product designer, UI UX, graphic, animation, anything, keep your goal intact. Choose a different pathway. If not IIT, then what else? I'll come up with that video as well, the very next video. So let's start with this video here. Now if you can see, these were the questions asked, and that's why I played the video in the very beginning. Which of the following statement is correct for a longitudinal making provided the center of a road? Options are: broken longitudinal line allows overtaking, a solid longitudinal line allows always permit overtaking, longitudinal markings are meant only for aesthetics, or double solid lines may be crossed when overtaking a slow moving vehicle. Now on Indian roads, if you go on highways, expressways, you must have noticed through the windshield. If you are sitting on the co-passenger seat, or if you are driving, you must have seen a continuous white line or a broken white line. What does it indicate? That simply means a broken white line, that is a overtaking lane. A continuous white line, that is not a overtaking lane. Now these are what? These are your observation skill, a very small observation skill that UCEED wants to check, that if you would step outside, you just look at things, or you actually observe, which is a major requirement to be a successful designer. So, and this is the second question here. Shown below are Indian vehicle number plates with color codes. Which of the options are correct? Now you must have seen multiple number plates here: white, yellow, green, black, but 90% of the students could not correct this question, could not make it correct here. Why? Because obviously they are familiar with the white one, that's a personal vehicle, or a yellow one, that's a commercial vehicle, a green one, that's a electric vehicle. But what about the black one which has a golden plate on it, or the white one which has BH series, or the blue one which indicates embassy, or the black one which has an arrow going up, which is a military vehicle? These are very small things, and I'm telling you why, because I did a survey last time. I also told you, on more than 350 students, and trust me, 320 students actually marked it incorrect or left the question because they were aware about certain options, not all of them. Though they accepted that they have noticed all these number plates while on the road, but never got curious that which number plate indicates what. And that's the problem here. UCEED, testify, UCEED, check your observation skill, your general awareness skill at the same time. Alright, so moving forward, what we'll do here: updated pattern, how to start and when to start. These are the very common questions asked by multiple students throughout the year. Now updated pattern, obviously the syllabus is same. Nothing has changed in syllabus. The pattern may have changed in the last couple of years. What we have noticed, the number of questions of mathematics has decreased. The number of questions on design observation and general awareness has increased. So this is what we call updated pattern. How to start and when to start. Obviously, how to start, most of the students who actually heard about UCEED for the first time, and they want to try their hands on, they want to be a designer, but they have no idea how to start. and when to start and where to start. So simply I'll explain about it if you are in class 10th, 11th, 12th, and what are the basic skills which are required, how much you should practice every day to improve your skill, how to improve your observation skill. We'll talk about everything through our next slide. So first of all, syllabus, if I'll talk about in a very short term, maths, the syllabus is same, nothing has changed. Surface area, volume, time, distance, these are the major areas from where the questions are asked. Alright, now the questions are not straightforward in UCEED, it's always twisted or through a geometrical shape or geometrical patterns, which you have to break down by studying about it and then apply the formulas to solve the question. What type of questions were asked in 2026? These were the questions wherein you can see in the first question, the volume of water was asked. In the second question, the total area of the shaded portion was asked. It's a very easy question. So if you break down the picture, if you visualize it carefully, if you observe it carefully, you just have to simply rearrange the picture, understand it, apply the formula, and then boom, your question is solved. Similarly, syllabus of reasoning, counting of surfaces, counting of figures, mirror image, water image, coding, decoding. There are certain other things like number system was also there. Now these are the major areas from where the questions are asked in UCEED and Ceed exam. Now you have to study about that. The questions are not straightforward, as I said. The questions are mostly twisted. Obviously, if I'll talk about counting of surfaces, there are three-dimensional figures cutting each other. Now obviously there is a new shape which actually arose after once those shape cut each other. So what will be the number of surfaces in that particular shape? So this is how the questions are asked. The question here, decoding and coding, this is the one here, the one which is number system. There were multiple more questions, I did not put it here. I'll go ahead and upload a video in the coming a month or so, solving all the questions of 2026. 2025 I have already done that. 2026 I'll solve and upload it, and there you'll see there were many questions from reasoning asked. Alright, syllabus, design observation, isometric, orthographic, calligraphy, typography, animation movement, rotational view, photography. All these are major portion for design observation. Photography, there were 3 or 4 questions asked from photography, and rotational view, obviously questions were asked 2 or 3 from rotational view. Isometric, orthographic, animation movement there was 1 question. Calligraphy, there was 1 more question. So I'll show you the question. This is calligraphy, this is photography, rule of third. Now photography, there are technical terms or terminologies which are used, different functions which are used in DSLR and SLR cameras. What are those? Like what is focal length, what is ISO, what is aperture. So you need to study about that, what aperture does, what ISO does, and that's how you get to know about photography. You have to study about it thoroughly. And obviously calligraphy and typography is also there, so you need to study about that a bit. Moving forward, general awareness. Obviously general awareness, you know that mostly questions are asked from art and artists, famous personalities, cave painting, UNESCO heritage site, and the very first question which I showed you, that was neighborhood awareness. That means you step outside, you observe everything. So that's how you actually aware about aware yourself about the surroundings, about the neighborhood, small problem, big problem, understand everything, whatever you crosses through, be it a railway station, be it a market, be it a mall, or normal, you see a hawker, a street hawker selling something, or you see an auto, metro station, anything, entry of metro station, an entry of any UNESCO heritage site, like you can talk about Humayun tomb, you can talk about Taj Mahal, so 𝐉𝐨𝐻𝐺. There are so many things which you should study about, so aware yourself about the same. Award and personalities, logos. Now this is where the students gets confused how to study about general awareness. I'll start a series on general awareness from now on, and I'll try uploading 25 to 30 videos throughout the year, at least 3 to 4 videos every month. Do subscribe, share, and like the channel if you're watching it for the first time, so that it reaches to the right candidates as well. And keep watching those general awareness video, and I'll teach you how to actually aware yourself about the surrounding, about the general knowledge, and about small things, big things in your neighborhood, and in the history. Everything will be taught in those videos, so stay tuned for the same. Now here I'll tell you just a short brief. Neighborhood simply means you step outside. Make a practice to step outside just for observing things at least for an hour every week. You will step outside, you watch all the shops, the brands, logos, small problems in your surrounding. If a street hawker is selling something, if they are facing any problem while selling that, what can be improved. If you see a big street light on the road which has flood lamps installed at the very top, which is 300 feet of height, so did you ever ask a question that if one of those flood lamps stops working, how the electrician will change it? What is the procedure? Did you ask this question, and did you ever come back to home and do a research on the same, that how will it happen? So these are curiosity. Similarly, if you're walking on the road, you see the signs. If you are getting into the hospital, malls, you see the signages, what signage implicates what. You study about different brands, and those brands deals in what particular segment. So there are so many things. Logos, if you see of any particular brand, what are the text placement, what are the color psychology, color placement, everything needs to be observed, and that's what UCEED looks for. Award and personalities, there were 2 or 3 questions asked from award and personalities. Art and art revolution, so there were questions, 2 questions I guess, that were asked. So international artist, Indian artist, and their famous artworks, what art revolution they belong to, what sort of patterns they used in their art. I mean, was it geometrical pattern or zigzag pattern or spiral pattern, anything, you need to study about that. So these were the 2 questions. Now this is environmental awareness. Obviously you have to recognize the paw sign of which particular animal, and this one is cave painting of UNESCO heritage sites. And obviously I have been there, so I recognize this is 𝐉𝐨𝐸𝐺, this is Ellora, but it's not possible for every kid to step outside and visit all the UNESCO heritage sites across India, but Google is there. So there are 42 UNESCO heritage sites, and you should study about that. The structural work, the architecture work, which era they belong to, what are the styles were used, was it Persian, was it Mughal art? Or at the same time, cave paintings, what are the significance of those cave paintings? You should study about that. From now on, you still have much of the time for your 2027 entrance exam. Study about that thoroughly on everyday basis. Moving forward, puzzle and pulley, there were many questions asked from puzzle. Obviously sharpened pencils were there, and you had to find out how many sharpened pencils are there, and electric kettle was there, so which one would be functioning properly and which one would not. Pulley, there was one question from pulley. It was super easy, even a 6th standard student will be able to solve it. And these are the questions. This is pulley, and this is again puzzle. This was one of the puzzle, but there were more than 5-6 puzzle questions containing 25 to 30 marks, which plays a crucial role in your score actually. So puzzle, that means why I'm telling you this, because I have uploaded a video last year. I'll give you the link on the I button. Click on that, you will see the video. I have mentioned all the resources which you can use to study for UCEED and Ceed entrance exam, be it puzzle, be it spatial reasoning, be it your mental maths or advanced maths. Everything is available there through those resources. Study about that, watch that video. And all the important links are available in the description of this video. Now how to start? Now obviously there are 2 categories of student. One starting from the scratch, the other one starting, they already have good hands and skills and creative skills and problem solving skills. So I'm telling you the plan for both the kids. First of all, I'll talk about the creative. If you are not good with creative, spend 45 minutes every day to work on observe and draw. 45 minutes if you are a beginner. And then work on line and proportion. Be very careful with the line drawing and the proportions. Now if you do it for the initial couple of months, you will be good in your sketching skill, in your creative skill. Now your skills are good. Moving forward, spend 30 minutes every day to work on observation and problem solving skill. That's how you move forward after 3 or 4 months. Identify minor and major issues in your society, roads, pathways, parks, railway station, whatever you see in your surrounding, wherever you go, in your school premises, maybe in your college premises, maybe anywhere you identify small issues, you solve it through your your design. That's what UCEED looks for, right? Now again, if you're already good with your creative skill, with your sketching skill, drawing skill, you start from here, 30 minutes every day, and then identify minor major issues in your surrounding and solve it. All right. Now I'll talk about aptitude. Spend at least 30 minutes every day to exercise your brain for mathematics, advanced maths, and spatial reasoning. General awareness, I told you again, I'm telling you again, step outside every week at least for an hour, just for this purpose, that you roam around, you're walking, you're watching the things, you're observing the things, you're observing small things, asking questions to yourself: when, how, why, where. And that's how you improve your general awareness. Now, when to start? If you are in 11th and if you are in 9th or 10th, you have the golden period. You have enough time to practice. Even if you are a beginner, you can spend at least 6 to 8 months of time just to work on your basics, improve your skills, your creative skill. And then later on, you can jump on to aptitude and improve your problem solving as well as observation skill. That's how the student of class 11th and 10th should do. Students who are in 12th, you still have time. If you start in April or May, that's your golden period. Do not delay more than that. And if you're in 11th or 10th, again I'm telling you, if you require a mentor, maybe a coaching or anything, that's completely your call if you really need it. If you need it, you can get a mentor, you can get into a coaching for initial 6 to 8 months to improve your creative skill, and later on you can decide whether you want to continue with that mentor or not, or maybe you can continue with that. That's completely your call, but that's a golden period. That's what I'm telling you, all the designers here. If you're in 12th, start in April and May, but you'll have to work more compared to what the students would be doing in class 11th and 10th. And what is that? You'll have to spend at least 1.5 hours to 2 hours every day, apart from your board exam preparation. And that's how you work on your creative skill, problem solving skill, product design skill every single day, apart from your aptitude practice. And that's how you take it forward. Alright, so that was it and I'll come up with the next video, and the video would be about top private design colleges in India, and one was already uploaded last year, but this year I'm uploading with the fresh ranking. What has changed in those ranking? What are the colleges which has been added? What are the colleges which has been removed from those ranking? So stay tuned for that video. I'll be uploading it maybe in a week of time, and till then, take care. Bye bye.